Welcome to Andorks, the podcast where every week we'll analyze and scrutinize the Star Wars series Andor 7 minutes at a time. My name is Rusteen Honardoost.
And I'm Alex Wallenitz.
And we have friends everywhere, and today one of them is here in the room with us, producer and performance artist Siobhan O'Loughlin. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Siobhan, what was your journey like to Andor? Were you a Star Wars fan before this? Did someone have to talk you into watching Andor? Give us the scoop.
It's such a great question, and I am raised by super progressive Irish-American parents. They met in undergrad actually working on Middle Eastern politics and Palestinian liberation.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yep, way back. So a very pro-Palestine, as proper Irish people households should be, right? And so my parents were actually Trekkies. Major Trekkies. So my brothers and I grew up with lots and lots of Star Trek, so much so that when we understood that Patrick Stewart is a British man, we were devastated because we were like, but British people are terrible people. And my parents were like, not all British.
Not all Brits.
Yeah, not all Brits are bad.
Most Brits.
But most. They are colonizers. So not a lot of exposure to Star Wars as a child. And I would actually say that my intro to Star Wars really began with The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Yoda got you in.
Suckered in like a moth
Regular
to the
Yoda bullshit. You don't care about regular Yoda, but Baby Yoda, that's...
Well, now I do. Now I've been able to go back and look at and enjoy the journeys and try to process the timelines, which is very hard coming in to hit at Mandalorian and then getting a sense of things.
It's very hard to keep the timelines track when you are a Star Wars fan.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine the labyrinth I wander when I want to take a break from the rest of the world. So Mandalorian, and then honestly, and I was like, that was great fun. I don't know if I would do the other things. And truthfully, enough people when Andor came out that I respect and that were in the activist world were like, no, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you don't, and I was like, I only know about Baby Yoda. I understand that's not his name, but that is his name for me. And folks were like, you can watch it anyway. You don't have to know. You don't have to understand the magic of the Jedi. There's, this is actually for you. And so I watched it and became totally obsessed. And now I've gone back and I've learned so much about the other films, and I've watched the OGs and including the Natalie Portman ones.
Okay.
Wow,
Not the sequels?
We really went. No, yes, I've watched one of the sequels, the last three.
The last one?
Yeah, with in the Adam Driver era.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched the first one of those.
Okay.
And I've watched all of the Natalie Portman ones. And I will say we really went backwards for women, right? From the OGs to the Natalie Portman.
From Carrie Fisher's Leia to Padme.
Yes. I was pretty devastating to watch her journey. Padme's journey is not a feminist one, I would say. But
Well, you're in for a treat when you watch The Last Jedi, because it's maybe the best Star Wars movie.
ooh,
Yeah.
okay, great.
We're big Last Jedi fans.
People
Oh.
either really love it or really hate it. There's really no middle ground on it.
Great. Well, I'm glad to know all of this.
Yes.
I've of course seen Rogue One as well. So, we
Talking
can
about keeping timelines in track, it's...
Yeah, I know. So I'm sort of. So I'm like, I'm okay on the back end.
Yeah. You're making up for lost time.
Yeah.
I think this is a very unpopular opinion, but I really like the Book of Boba Fett. I thought that was
Wow.
great.
That is interesting take.
It's such an unpopular opinion, but I had a great time watching that.
I think did you like that Baby Yoda became the main character after a couple of episodes?
That was really just Mandalorian season 1.5.
It kind of was, wasn't it? I thought the performances were good, and I thought the music was great.
Yeah,
we haven't
see
had someone
that.
talk about music, so we want to hear your thoughts on general Star Wars music.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would love that because we get some really amazing music in this final 7-minute chunk of.
Oh, we do.
Good
I
episode.
literally cried.
Me too.
Just now when I watched it again. It's great. It's really good for that. Good for a good cry. This show.
Shall we?
Are we ready to dive into it then?
Is there anything else you want to talk about Andor in general? Your views on Andor, or what?
I mean, I can tell you, this is my Halloween costume.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Yes.
going as Andor, and my partner's going as KS2O.
Nice.
So
Love that.
I'm working on how I'm going to mask myself.
I'm also doing a Star Wars costume this year.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you doing?
What the? It's been a long time coming.
But my experience with this show truly has just been so much gratitude that something like this exists. And that for all of us like activist folks who also, as you both are, folks who love story and care about not just like story arcs, but the arcs of human beings. I think it's just I kind of can't believe that it exists.
It's a small miracle that it exists.
I know.
Maybe a big miracle. I don't know.
There was a 30-minute window where you could get a show like this greenlit by the Disney Corporation, and we are just lucky that Tony Gilroy was alive in that window to make this happen.
Absolutely. And now, as I don't know if you...
Before somebody read the fine print and went, oh, no.
Yeah.
If you two are old enough to have grown up like with like the Lord of the Rings marathons where you and your friends watched all the... Well, I feel like now we could watch the show and then and then the film. You know?
I was old enough. I'm just not a big Lord of the Rings fan.
What?
I can only have so many things.
No, you can have infinite things.
No, there's plenty of time for things.
There's
we
room
have
in your
so
heart.
many knickknacks in this
That's
house,
true.
in my house. You can fit some Lord of the Rings knickknacks.
If you're a
in here.
socialist, your capacity for love is limitless.
Just open up your heart to the hobbits.
Oh my God!
I guess my budget is limited. How many tchotchkes can I own?
Oh, you can love it without tchotchkes.
Can you though? I think that's
Can
for
you?
the fan is owning
Yeah,
tchotchkes.
it's about friendship, you guys. It's not about stuff.
You mean being a fan is not about just buying more things? The most Funko Pops you have, the more of a fan you are.
We really do live in America.
Yeah.
We do. It's true. Well, on that note, we don't have any things to share for Andor, but we can talk about this 7-minute chunk.
We can leave
here.
America and go back to Ferrix.
Yeah, we can go back to Ferrix. Well, Alex, why don't you read the previously on, since it feeds right into the part you're recapping?
Sure. Previously on Andor, Cassian and Luthen, who are now buddies, got into a shootout with Primar Security, and they have gotten in on the drop on Cyril Karn. And Cyril, for whatever level of confidence he had earlier, has completely shit out his pants.
I actually took count of how many times I think Cyril shit his pants in this one scene, and I think he did it 4 times.
So we find him with Cassian with a blaster to the back of his head. Luthen tells Cassian to kill him, which is a very good idea.
Yeah.
And
I was so mad going back and being like, wait, why didn't we? Well,
the funny thing is I wrote down, like, that's a good idea, and then immediately after it's Cassian. Luthen tells Cassian to kill him, and then he's like, I'll do it myself. Like, it's just the
I'll
background.
kill him. But it's so important, that moment, isn't it? Because Cassian actually is not that guy.
Exactly.
That's actually like it's beautiful, in fact, because he really should fucking kill him.
To Noah's comments last week, Luthen has never been wrong.
Yes, Luthen is never wrong. But Cassian, killed those 2 corpos it was not even just self-defense, it was an accident.
It was a total accident.
And so here we do see that if he can get away with not killing people, that is his preferred way, at least at this moment in his life. I do also think, like, if you fire... They don't have silencers in Star Wars. So if you fire the blaster, it would have alerted the other Primor security to where they are. That being said, they could have choked him out. Choking still does exist in Star Wars.
And hopefully, right, we're still identifying with our hero.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't kill him.
Yes,
like,
yes.
right? So we're like, I don't do... Yes, he's our guy.
It is a little bit of like Han shot first.
Yeah, it'd be a wild show if he just shot him. I guess
Exactly.
that's how Rogue One starts.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's the point. Exactly.
Yes.
That he is not yet at that point where he will kill somebody in... I don't know if cold blood is the right word, but he won't just kill somebody because that's what has to happen. He will still try to get away with, not killing people.
And he's serving as more of a foil, right, for Jyn in Rogue One in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Where
She's
the hero.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Cyril, they ask how many more security members are there. Cyril mutters through 12, 14, 36. I don't know. I think he's lying. He thinks he's going to try and bluff and then just can't. Literally forgets the number.
Yeah. He forgets to count himself, I think
he goes
kind of
12 and he goes,
interesting.
oh, wait, no, 2 more. Me and 2 officers.
But he is also careful not to say, I'm the officer, because I do think if he said that, it might make him more of a target to be killed. Because they don't know who he is. He just kind of seems like a regular.
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't recognize the custom piping on the outfit.
But he does look at Diego Luna, right? Even as terrified as he is, he's able to see that it is in fact Andor who has him at gunpoint.
I don't think, or does he look back at
I
him?
don't think he does. I think
yes, he does. With the gun to his head,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's powerful because
Mhm.
you're seeing this obsession with Andor being cemented. Like, I mean, it's existing already, but now it's really.
I mean, major spoilers if you are watching along with us or have not watched any of the show. But like, this is such a perfect mirror to when he kills Cyril.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yes,
that too.
it's a perfect mirror of who are you? Yeah.
Well, but
yeah.
but Andor doesn't kill Cyril. Or I mean, sorry, Cyril doesn't. Cyril's about to kill Andor.
Yes.
Mhm.
But he doesn't. But he doesn't. Right? He gets
Yeah.
hit in the
that's true.
head.
Yeah, he does get hit. But I think Cyril would have done it in a second.
I don't think so because in that moment, Cyril, they're looking at each other, right?
It's the big
Like,
question of that moment,
Yes.
for sure.
which is also what's happening right here. Because
Mhm.
Cyril turns to look at him, sees him, and they're both fucking terrified.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate their performances, and especially who's it? Kyle? What's
Kyle Solar.
I just think that like Kyle really slays.
Why is he not
Yeah.
in anything? Like, where is he?
Where is he?
Yeah.
Where is he? That's a great question. Does he have anything coming down the pike? Because yes, he is low-key my favorite actor of the show. Like he makes this guy both
he's
so
in-
contemptible.
He's in
and
Death
so
by
amazing.
Lightning. I'm excited. Death by Lightning is a miniseries about the assassination of James Garfield by Charles Guiteau.
Okay.
Uh,
He's Robert Todd Lincoln.
yes, famously immortalized in the musical Assassins.
Oh hell yeah!
I will not sing the Ballad of Charles Guiteau, but it is.
Oh, this is the thing that Michael Shannon is playing
Yes.
James Garfield. Gotcha.
Uh,
Great.
no, Charles Guiteau was he was basically convinced himself he was a famous politician when he really wasn't, and then was also an evangelical Christian, and also tried to get people to buy his book. And he got so
Okay.
mad that he could not succeed at any of those three things that he killed the president out of it. He's a real 2025 assassin as opposed to the other assassins where it's like, oh, you have no real ideology. You're just kind of a combination of weird American beliefs of wanting to sell your book.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's amazing. I do also see that he is in Jay Kelly, the new Noah Baumbach film, which will be out by the time this episode
Yes.
airs. So
Ooh.
we'll get to see him in some more stuff.
Let's
very
Kyle
soon.
binge.
Kyle binge, exactly. Watch Jay Kelly after listening to this episode and rewatching this arc.
What's a good fake name for George Clooney? Jay Kelly? Worked really hard on that one, Noah. And Emily Mortimer, I saw as the co-writer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
She wrote some HBO show that was also a Hollywood satire thing. So that's her niche. That's
She
write
also-
what you know.
She also sat down and did the fucking news.
She did.
If you ever seen the newsroom.
I don't think
So-
Siobhan's
no,
seen the news.
And you're better off for it.
Yeah, not a lot of interest.
We're not starting a newsroom podcast anytime soon. That's for sure.
That's a solo project for me.
Many blessings
Thank you.
on your journey.
Anyway, back to the show.
Yeah, because Cyril gives up how many of the Primor security there are, and then we cut back to the shitty guy who killed Tim.
Yes. The perfect description of the shitty guy who killed him.
Mhm.
Goes back to one of the ships that they took to land down on Ferrix. He is really not doing a good job of... I'm sure they have a whole list of things you're supposed to do before you take off, of check the tailpipe, check the undercarriage. He's skipping all of those protocols.
His run into the ship is really pathetic. He's so scared as he's running through the scrap yards. I'm surprised he didn't trip and fall. It would have been really funny.
Mm. I thought this was a nice moment for this actor too, though.
Mhm.
He has a lot to do before he goes down.
Oh yeah.
Then I think this is doing so well what Star Wars, even in the first sequel film starring Adam Driver, what is that one called?
The Force Awakens.
Yes, even in The Force Awakens is failing to do, which is really show you the feelings of the stormtroopers.
Uh-huh.
When in the beginning of Force Awakens, when I first saw the stormtrooper was sad, I was like, that's an interesting. And then I was like, oh no, it's John Boyega. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
actually just us being interesting here.
Yeah.
And so even this moment with this actor, we don't have to do this at all.
Yeah.
Thank God they retconned the thing in the prequels that originally all stormtroopers were the clone of one guy.
Right.
So thank God they retconned that, because it would have been really bad.
Yeah, that's just not good. Not good to do. But I think these 7 minutes were really exploring trauma deeply, and trauma in the body, right? Because there's not a lot of dialogue in the end of this episode.
Yeah.
And we're watching how human beings carry trauma and fear and like the terror that is like reigning over every single person in this moment. And it's just so powerful because this guy is absolutely terrified and like
he just killed somebody and he fucked up and he knows it.
Yes.
And he's trying to fix it by doing his job of like getting in the pod. But he's trying so hard to just do his job that he doesn't realize
his cortisol levels are insane.
Yes.
He's like tethered to like an engine block. And it like, he lurches so hard. And it's like any normal person would have said, something is wrong, let me stop flying. And he's just like, no, I'm going to just barrel through it. And it wraps around like one of the starships and he smashes into the
To go back to the plot,
wall.
so we assume that Brasso...
we see Brasso walking away from this ship
has tied
earlier.
a husk of what was part of a ship to the back of the Primor ship. And it kind of does a fun loop-de-loop around...
And it happens so fast, he doesn't even get to do like, uh-oh.
Well, and you said any normal person. I mean, we have fight and flight. We have freeze and fawn.
Yeah.
You know, and like absolutely flight here is just like, I am...
Literally flight. He's
literally.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to like charge my way out of this. I think it's actually a very natural, it's a response to trauma for sure that human beings do. And and it's wild to watch so quickly, and then we move on to the next thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think it's also not only that, it's a crucial plot point, which is that because of the explosion of the ship crashing, Mosk freaks out that they are oriented wrong towards where they might be.
And he's like, we're surrounded.
I love that line because I'm like, you fucking idiots. There's 2 of them. And it just made me feel like of this moment right now with all of this, like we have captured one of the girlfriends of one of the founders of Antifa.
Oh God.
Right. And it's just, this like we're surrounded, like there's speeches about
Antifa.
Oh, right. Yes.
Tifa, comma, Ann. Yeah.
Tifa, comma, Ann. It just made me think of exactly that, you know, of like, wow, we can just run a story and act crazy.
Yeah.
About things that are not real and not happening at all. But that's the story you can report back. Like, you know, Andor's this wild killer who has a huge army of murderers.
They've got, because they probably think like someone like used a rocket launcher and like knocked it out of the sky. They're not thinking like he's a dumbass who crashed the ship and killed himself.
Yeah, they can never be dumb. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Even though clearly nobody is trained properly.
Yes. No one was prepped for this thing. It was no one was prepped in the first place. Yeah.
Cyril is taking them on a mission. Cyril is taking them on a mission that they are not prepared for in any way.
Yeah.
Even though it's only to get one guy.
I mean, it's one of the contradictions of fascism in general is that they have such a high opinion of themselves.
Yeah.
They often don't actually put the effort into planning in advance. They're like, oh, we'll figure it out. We'll do it. And then they don't have the knowledge to know that they're fucking up.
The most they've planned is just, we're going to bring 12 people down.
And that'll be enough, yeah.
Because often fear and intimidation, I mean, look, we've chained Bix up. We've killed a guy. You know, we can like throw our dicks around, which by the way, very masculine 7 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Right? The only time you see a woman at all is when she's tied up.
Well, we also see Martha.
True. We do. And we see her in
the flashback
when she's not crying.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, a woman's tied up and a woman's crying. Just want to, make that point.
I've said this before and I will say this, but also Luthen is baby girl.
He's not daddy?
No, he's baby girl.
How is Luthen baby girl?
To me, he's baby girl.
I mean, I love it. I just want to know more.
I don't think you can quantify it. I think he's just a sweet baby girl who owns her power.
Okay. I'm not sure that that's, to me, what baby girl is.
You don't think
I think Will is a baby girl.
Okay.
Will?
Willman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Willman's baby girl.
Willman's baby girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luthen has daddy energy.
I have to agree with you.
Okay.
You made this take before, and I was happy to, let you put your take out there. Listeners, let us know. We'll put out a poll. Is Luthen daddy or baby girl?
That's an important poll. I will report to daddy. I'm just saying, like, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, Luthen, please command me. I'm here.
He represents a dialectic of both being half baby girl and half daddy.
Mm-hmm. Before we move on from this moment, I do want to build off what you were saying before, that like the Pre-Mor security are so afraid that they are their own worst enemy. Like you said, they have such a high estimation of themselves that they have no plan, but then they also are so terrified of their enemy that they think that they're capable of things that they're not exactly capable of. Like they think they're surrounded, but they're not. Because Moss can only really see the aftermath of what's happened here. And then also this moment also is what makes Brasso like the MVP of the show for me, that he's able to do this like really effective sabotage with all off screen too. Like we only saw him walking away from we see him look over at the pod, 5 minutes happened. We see him walk away from the pod, 5 minutes happened, and now it's blown up. And it's all thanks to this one guy and that one thing he did when no one else was looking.
What a guy.
Although it is also easy to imagine this backfiring if Cassian was on that pod. But I think he has such trust in Cassian that he's going to get out of this, that he knows like just hurting Pre-Mor is going to help Cassian. And he was right.
Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to find the quote, but have either of you read Fascism by Umberto Eco?
No.
Mm-mm.
He has like a list of how to identify fascism. And number 8 is the followers must feel humiliated by the ostensive wealth and force of their enemies. However, the followers must be convinced that they can also overwhelm their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, by continuing shifting of rhetorical focus, the enemies are at the same time too strong and too weak.
Yeah.
Fascist governments are condemned to lose wars because they are constitutionally incapable of objectively evaluating the force of their enemy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we're getting at, is they are both, the rebellion is both easy to squash and also constantly everywhere that they cannot be stopped.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he knows there's like pockets of fomenting out there, but then when they're getting ready to come down to the planet, it's they joke of like their only recourse they're going to have is to go to the neighborhood council and complain about us coming to arrest people. But also now that they're facing any pushback, now they're under siege and now they're in a war. Whereas before it was just them, we're going to come in, we're going to arrest this guy. People are going to hate us, but it doesn't matter because we're so badass. And now we're under siege, we're under attack, we're surrounded. We got to get the hell out of here.
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, that's our response, our president's response to to the recent shooting of someone.
Yes.
Very recently. So same. Wow. It's so relatable, this show, you know?
That's why I've been really glad to stretch out how long we can talk about this show, because there's so many new parallels that come up.
New terrible things will happen. That will,
including this shitty
reflected.
guy's aesthetic. His aesthetic reminds me of our leader as well.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about whether or not he's JD Vance or somebody even more pathetic than JD.
I'm talking about the general who says we're under siege.
Oh, Mosk. Yeah, he would fit in right at home. Although last week I think we were joking about how Pete Hegseth would be
Pete Hegseth to me is the Cyril equivalent.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth is Cyril.
Obsessed with his fashion.
Yeah, I was thinking about Pete Hegseth as well in the lens of Cyril, and I was just like, unfortunately, he doesn't have the depth that Kyle has in his eyes. Mm-hmm. And I mean, shout out to acting.
Would Cyril be happier hosting a morning political show on?
No.
I don't know, because I don't think he wants to be in the spotlight like that. I don't think he does well with a camera on him.
So actually, now that I'm browsing through this Umberto Eco essay, the next section he talks about is, in such a perspective, everybody is educated to become a hero. In every mythology, the hero is an exceptional being, but in an fascist ideology, heroism is the norm. The cult of heroism is strictly linked to the cult of death. In non-fascist societies, the lay public is told that death is unpleasant but must be faced with dignity. Believers are told it is a painful way to reach a supernatural happiness. By contrast, the fascist hero craves his heroic death, advertises the best reward for heroic life. The fascist hero is impatient to die. In his impatience, he more frequently sends other people to his death. I don't think Cyril is impatient to die.
I mean, he's like throwing himself into this battle when he is vastly
Right,
out
but
of his
I don't
depth.
think he sees himself as like nothing could ever go wrong. He's going to keep moving up. Like,
Yeah.
to me, whether Cyril is a fascist or not, I think is the evolution of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it is like Mosk 100%
Yeah.
a fascist. I think Cyril isn't necessarily coming in. He's coming in through looking for personal confidence more out of a political lens, which are often conflated between the two. Yeah.
Cyril does not belong.
Yeah.
And is seeking belonging, is seeking validation, is seeking a sense of self, which is why human
which
beings
leads people to fascism. Yes.
correct.
Exactly.
We're so vulnerable. And I think that this, we see the arc of both of these characters through these 2 seasons of Andor and Cyril. And how they both go opposite places as they find themselves or attempt to.
Yeah, a confident fascist Cyril at this moment would go, kill me. I'll never tell you how many people we have.
Yeah.
It's better if I die.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm like, why are you telling him anything?
Yeah, he would want that martyr's death
Yes.
of like, I'll die rather than give up on my people.
Yeah, or even more than that, like, you're not getting shit from me. Like no, no.
Well, after Cyril gives up his team, he gets pulled off screen, and which is, I think, the 4th time that he shits his pants in this
Poor
sequence.
thing.
There's a big comical yoink noise that happens. Yeah.
And then
A hook comes in to grab him away off stage.
Poor guy.
But then we follow Cassian and Luthen as they find a speeder, and Andor asks for Luthen's explosive charges.
Well,
he's
says,
got an idea.
Yeah, he just says, well, you don't even know that. He
Yeah.
just says, how many of these do you have?
Exactly.
And it's so good because, like, only on the rewatch are you like, oh, yeah, for me at least. There's so much happening that I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's so nice because what fun to discover how many he has, which is, I guess, 2.
Yeah. Unlike Cyril.
We'll find out how many he has in
Unlike
just a
Cyril,
second.
who came into this vastly underprepared. I
Yeah.
feel like if Luthen opened his jacket, it would be like Doctor Who-esque, like TARDIS opening, where like it would just keep going for miles. He'd have every
Yeah.
item possible inside of his
Alex?
jacket ready to go.
That's because he's daddy.
That's just that. Okay, fair.
Daddy's got tools.
That's true.
Daddy's prepared.
he is prepared. Because
I can be convinced. I can be convinced that he's not Babygirl.
okay, good. That's the new goal of this podcast now. But we leave Cassian and Luthen and find a Primor security officer stalking through the streets when he hears the muffled and gagged Cyril Karn tied up inside the shop in a really pathetic sight. That he's just like writhing around on the ground yelling. I imagine he's been tied up like that for like half an hour at this point.
Yeah, who knows?
And he gets the gag off him just in time for the speeder to fly by, and Cyril knows that that's them, and he chases it down the street as all the Blues who have set up undercover open fire. They riddle the speeder full of blaster bolts, and it flips over, and everybody cheers, mission accomplished. And there's this amazing moment where a smile creeps onto Cyril's face, but he holds it back.
It's not quite, yeah.
Because he holds it back, and he looks to Mosk for confirmation of like permission to smile, sir. and then Mosk gives him this big grin, and then we see a smile on Cyril's face for the very first time. But unfortunately, it's also the last time, because the second he smiles, another speeder whirs up behind him, and we see Luthen and Andor fly by in the opposite direction. And he has like 1 millisecond before Luthen hits the switch, and kerblam, everybody gets blown to smithereens.
I mean, like, Luthen is seriously hot shit.
Yeah.
He is serious. Like, come on. Like, that click. I was like, wow.
This is competence porn for sure.
It totally is competence porn. Yeah. And in our world of fascism, it's just a wonderful fantasy, isn't it?
Luthen is what the fascist mind believes everybody to be. Like he is Luthen is cultural Marxism. He is like infected every part of
Yes.
society.
Yeah.
He's like,
He lives among us.
yes.
He cannot be identified, even though his face is like visible. I'm like, dude, a hood. Like,
That's why he has the wig later.
That's what the wig is.
They'll
for.
never identify him with the
like,
wig on.
It's like Clark Kent.
And
Like he puts
Sailor
the wig
Moon,
on
yeah.
and
Yeah.
changes the way his face looks to everybody.
But I will say, I love this moment when it's like because when he clicks, more
Mhm.
people die, right?
Yeah.
More of Cyril's dudes die,
Yeah.
and Mosk freaks out because he's
Mhm.
trying to contact one of them.
Yeah.
So even with that asshole, because he's like, no, like maybe he cares about one of those people,
yeah.
right? Maybe. And I just, again, as someone coming from a trauma-informed, like theater of the oppressed and practice, I appreciate the way in which Cyril embodies this moment, which is just like, you see someone, and a way that a lot of Star Wars hasn't done,
Yeah.
I think really, is like this moment, people have died,
Mhm.
and it's his fault.
Yeah.
He brought them here.
Mhm.
He failed, and people are dead.
Yeah.
And he's so fucked. And this is so fucked beyond what he ever imagined.
Mhm.
And his performance and the way we stay with him is just, I just think it's really moving and
Yeah.
profound.
I mean, nobody has died earlier, right? Of the Primors?
There was the shootout in the warehouse. People died there.
But nothing that Cyril has seen.
Yeah.
Like, is this the first time Cyril has seen somebody die or a dead
Probably.
body?
Yeah. And I, along the lines of what you were saying, Siobhan, like, there are so many scenes in Star Wars where the good guys get one over on the bad guys. You know, they pull a con, they pull a trick, make you look that way, and then they hit you over the head and steal the Imperial's things and run off and get to continue the adventure. And we never see what happens to the guy who got fucked over. You know, we never see the consequences of you let the rebels escape. And now you have to live with the fact that you got your men killed.
Yes.
And this show is the first time that we really get to sit with this guy who thinks he's not the bottom of the totem pole and figures out like, oh, I can go even lower than I am now.
We've seen generals sort of try not to crack under like Vader's abuse, let's be honest, right? But we haven't, let's call it for what it is. That's
canceling Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hot take. Darth Vader was abusive to his own team.
Sorry, is Darth Vader daddy?
No.
Okay.
No, Daddy would never. I'm not saying Luthen's not abusive. But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. But so I what was I saying? Now right. So you see those moments, but this is a really interesting, he's not actually, like, no human being is screaming at him until Mosk is like, we gotta move.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just like all of this impact is hitting this person. And I think, again,
I think his mother is screaming at him in his head. Yeah.
I don't know if he's even like you know? I think he's just like in utter shock.
He's so shell-shocked. Like the vacant look on Kyle Solar's face is so powerful in that moment of like, on the one hand, I am cackling. I am so happy that this fucking guy got owned. Because he sucks. He sucks. I love this performer, but this character is a piece of shit who deserves, bad things to happen to him. But in that moment, he is able to ground it into something that even if I am reveling at how thoroughly Luthen has owned him, I'm still able to feel the humanity of this person, and I can imagine fucking up that badly.
Yes.
That would be me. I am sure if I had to lead this operation, it would have gone even worse than it did for Cyril.
We're talking before, like, if socialism is the ideology of empathy, that like even we would go, the factor in this situation is the fault of material contradictions that have led to this point.
Correct.
Like, you are not an individual failing at this, so you could go to him and be like, buddy, let's talk about why you're not bad as a person. Like, the society has led you down this point.
Yeah.
And there is some Schadenfreude of enjoying watching a fascist fuck up. But
yes, exactly.
there's also it takes the moment to give him that humanity.
Well, in the same way that we saw his colleague run, and the camera work is really nice, by the way.
Yeah.
When we're running with that one before he gets on his ship, it's just panic and terror reigning over these people, almost as if this system, this way of living is bad for all of us. Almost as if that these people too are not safe or protected or healthy.
Yeah.
Or living with a sense of belonging and community that human beings need. And I just think it's just driven so...
Well, in Star Wars world, it's human beings, banthas, Toydarians.
Droids, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, let's not get into our droids.
I know. I appreciate your take.
Do you want to talk about our droids? Or give it a thought?
Are droids AI?
Are droids
they
workers?
People? Are they workers? Can droids be in a union?
Your take stressed me out, I will say.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no good answer. Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely yell at those Waymos. I absolutely tell those Waymos that I hate them.
Yeah, I cut them off because they don't have a soul and they can't get mad at me. I am curious, like, if you played a game of chicken with a Waymo, like, driving right at it, like, at what point would it swerve away? Or
And what about the little robot delivery things?
Oh, fuck those guys.
Oh
we hate those guys.
I mean, those are actually controlled by workers. Like, those are run by, like, outpost places in, like, Bangladesh.
That sucks. Well, there was one literally on Hollywood Boulevard in the middle of the street on its side. And some champion of a man just like got out of his car at the red light and like moved it. Everybody cheered for him. He was a real man of the people. But
the irony is that when like B2 gets kicked over at the end of the season, I will kill for him. But if I see that in real life, I am happy. So that's the contradiction.
I'm just gonna say, as a raised Trekkie, I do think that Star Wars isn't actually certain of what it thinks on this issue either. I don't think it's consistent with how it displays these things, these beings, and I think it's a problem. So, look, B2 is cute.
He's so cute.
So that's really helping us, isn't it? We don't squash butterflies because they're pretty.
Yeah.
You know, we assign all these attributes to a ladybug that we don't to, you know,
I mean,
a beetle.
I have giant googly eyes on my Roomba. We humans want to empathize with things as long as it has a face.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think people...
You both eat meat, don't you?
Yeah, but you don't see the thing when you're eating it.
But you know.
No, but I don't. Seriously, I eat meat. If I had to meet the cow beforehand, I wouldn't eat it.
But so you're just separating.
That's what the
compartmentalization.
Yes, it's called compartmentalization.
Okay.
It's what society asks us to do every day.
We're not saying it's rational.
Yeah. It's the society that we're in that separates the cause from the effect. Like, if you actually had to kill your own food, your own animals to eat food, that would require a understanding a connection with the land and where you are in society. We are in a capitalist society that removes you from the consequences of other people's actions.
That's
so
true.
like you can like I'm eating a generic thing that if you actually had to kill, you wouldn't eat it. Like society asks you to deal with those contradictions as an individual. That is the you don't have to deal with the fact that somebody labored to make the chocolate that you're eating.
Right.
You just enjoy the chocolate.
Right.
You don't have to think about the workers who did it.
Right.
It turns everything into a commodity as opposed to an actual product or thing made from a living thing.
Yeah. Well, go vegan. That's my
Droids?
That's my PSA.
Droids are vegan
on
too.
the subject of droids. Yeah. Droids are totally vegan. No, I mean, of course, they're cute and they're responsive. Although, hot take, is this a hot take? Fuck C-3PO. Shut up.
No.
Shut
No.
up, C-3PO.
No.
Oh my God. I'm like, wow.
I have to defend my neurotic brother.
Yeah, I'm
no,
sorry.
I
am
can't with him.
C-3PO.
No, you guys, no. What? No. R2, B2, you guys are good.
R2 is the true hero of
R2
the
is
Star
the
Wars
Chad.
universe. Yeah, R2 is the Chad and C-3PO.
It's the virgin C-3PO and the Chad R2-D2. I'm just imagining, like you said, like take it back to the show, like this moment of Cyril like just even thinking about what has happened is something. If we talk about like TVs versus movies, in a TV show you can have the time to do that.
Yes.
In a Star Wars movie, I mean, it'd be really funny if you had like a 20-second cutaway to the second Gamorrean guard like mourning the first Gamorrean guard getting eaten by a creature and just having the same like Kubrick stare to the screen. But
we do have a moment when the Rancor gets killed. You see the Rancor trainer crying over his Rancor baby.
Yes. That's true.
But it's almost played more as a joke that like this big burly guy is so sad that his Rancor died. Whereas here we get to really play out the drama of what happens.
And I think this is again, it speaks to this show. We don't treat feelings as comedy. No matter who has them. You know? And I think that that's really important in activist, in social justice movements, is to understand like our human emotions are like priority. They're so important.
I mean, I guess, to give credit to the original trilogy, it is that Darth Vader can become human at any point.
Yeah.
That at the end, like, as bad as he is, like, at any moment you can stop doing the bad thing and actually do the right thing. You're never fully gone.
Redemption is always possible.
Unless you're a Palpatine and you're controlled by cultists.
Like I said, it's inconsistent.
Oh, you got some fun stuff to watch in episode 9.
Oh yeah. Okay. I can't wait.
And by fun stuff, I mean awful.
We'll gladly watch The Last Jedi with you, and then you can watch Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, let's have a hang.
Anytime.
A group watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Star Trek and droids is a whole different subject.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Well, this isn't a Star Trek podcast. This is a Star Wars podcast, so you can save it.
No, and
someone who cares.
I'm doing Star Wars I'm all in. Star Wars fan. Don't quiz me too hard.
What's the joke in Futurama? There's the Star Wars Trek and the Star Trek Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Relatable.
I think we can get to the final major sequence of this episode now, which is the montage that follows Nicholas Britell's score kicking into high gear as Cassian and Luthen fly out of Ferrix. Zoot on by. We get to see a bunch of scenes play out as the score is starting to swell. We have our final flashback to Kenari, where we see Marva carrying Casa with Clem, Bee, and a sled full of fuel pods in tow. And then we get what I think is a very Lucas-inspired cross-dissolve to the older Marva that we know now, crying alone in her home as Bee comes up to comfort her. We see the family that they once had, the 4 of them, and now it's just Marva and Bee, and it's a really heartbreaking moment.
We've been now focusing on this episode for so many hours. I forgot the episode started with a flashback.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh right, this is mirroring the thing that we talked about 3 weeks ago, 2 hours ago. Yeah.
Well, and I just even though for me it wasn't the loss of family, but also this fucking oppressive system where she did her best to do right by this person.
Yeah.
And here she is with like her home raided, by the way. That was so painful to watch and so real, right? When you think about ICE killing somebody in Chicago who dropped his kids off to daycare and then died, right? I mean, you just...
did you see, I mean, not to date the episode, but literally there was a story yesterday that ICE went into someone's home looking for somebody, didn't find them, shot the family dog, and then left.
In Chicago or here?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly where it was, but they just walked in. They're like, oh, we're going to shoot the dog, and then left. And then they were like, we tried to find the guy who did it, and like he like ran away on foot once he realized what he'd done. It's just...
Wow.
I mean, Marva has been so brave.
Yeah.
As one of the... I mean, there's way more men, and we get more women as we go on.
Yeah.
But you know, it's been pretty mask heavy, and so far, is Deirdre here yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, we haven't even met her
episode.
yet.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So far, it's like girlfriend and mom.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Which, again, I'm just going to say out loud, we don't love as women. We want to be more than, you know, your girlfriends and your moms. Just a low, you know, desire. But she was so brave as like this older, alone woman.
Yeah.
When they come in and terrorize her. And it's like, it's that feeling, right? Which is like, what do I have to show for it?
Yeah.
Here I am. I don't know where my kid is. I couldn't protect him.
Yeah.
Like, and like...
She doesn't know he survived.
No.
Yeah. She's just hearing all these explosions and blaster shots happening, all ringing through the city. And she doesn't know if her son is safe.
And again, Fiona Shaw, just, wow. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Like, just really beautifully delivered and an honest interpretation of these systems and what they do to us.
I mean, I know the Irish are against monarchy, but she's an Irish queen.
We are against her.
And because Marva, we've seen her be really tough and strong when the Primor are around, you know? And when Cassian's around, she's able to play that role. But here we see that when she's alone, she's just as afraid as everybody else is.
Is she afraid or is she just defeated? I don't know.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
You know, those are similar emotions.
To give her credit, I think she's in that moment defeated, but I think she's the kind of person that wakes up the next day and goes, okay, what do I do now? I don't think she's the kind of person that...
Well, in not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but in her final speech, she shares a lot of regret that, you know, she became, in her older age, became passive and did not become as active as she once was. So I think we're seeing here that she wants to do so much more. And all she could do was try to... Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
All she could do in this moment was issue some threats to the Primor, try to get in their heads and mess with them psychologically a bit. But she can't... She's too old to run out there and get in a shootout like she might have back in this flashback that we're seeing. Because... you know,
we're all thinking about one battle at a time, aren't we? One battle after another.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Gosh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
I know.
I want to see it again if you are interested.
We're going to have a movie. We're going to have a multi-movie. Yeah.
That'll be a long day, too.
I saw it twice in the first week. I need to have some time before the third one.
That's really valid.
On the subject of them being older, I did want to point out that I noticed this time all 4 of B's treads in the flashback are red, but when we see him now in the present, one of them is yellow. So he's had his like wheels swapped out. So like him and Marva,
baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Off-brand Timu wheel replacement. They couldn't get the brand name. Yeah.
Baby's first shoes are very old. And then it goes right to Bix, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we leave Marva, we cut to Bix getting rescued by Solomon and Wilmot.
It's the 2 women in his life, which you said is sort of like the 2 Marys situation. There's the mother and the...
Exactly.
What the...
It's written by
You
Matt.
could say she's being punished for having a different man, being with a different man. And this man has been killed and she's just forced to like sit there and stare at his dead body. And she thinks
that her other guy also might be dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then we leave, she has to leave Tim's dead body behind. We see Brasso sulking in the bar alone. And then we see Luthen and Andor flying through the outskirts of the town. And then Moss screaming at Cyril, trying to get him to move.
If we had real music, like not real music, but like contemporary music on the show, what music would be Brasso be listening to in that bar? Like Springsteen?
Is the loneliest.
There's like Springsteen on in the background. Like what is the song that... Yeah. What's the vibe in that bar? I feel like...
Springsteen?
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm on fire.
Exactly. Oh, that'd be really funny if that's playing in the background. It's just really sad.
I think that bar is just no music. They have a jukebox, and like if you don't put money in it, there's no music.
The reason I'm picking that song, Alex, is because we are looking at our protagonists. It's a mashup.
No, it's a good point. Yeah.
Right? And we're building... the fire is burning in every one of them. They're all having such... beautiful emotion. I mean, Bix has a very similar expression to Cyril.
Yeah.
Utter like her like shock and she is paralyzed with this with this experience, and to the point where like she sort of physically shook back to life from her friends who get her out and have to drag her away because I don't know why she couldn't actually. I don't know why they couldn't take Tim.
The only one who isn't shook is
they're trying
Luthen.
To run.
Yeah, they don't know what's safe.
Yeah, they need to get to cover is what they're doing.
I guess like if we're talking about things that Luthen has done wrong, is I think Luthen has cut himself off from that emotional connection to what he's actually doing anymore.
Yeah.
He's so caught up in the logistics of it, he's cut himself off from the emotions, where he's the only one in this scene who is completely...
He thinks he's cut himself off from emotions. And he thinks he's cut people off from having emotions for him, which, like, more spoilers, at the end we see how beautifully untrue that is.
Yeah, and
how loved he was, you know, and the sacrifices people made to care for him.
But in this moment, he's unlike everyone. He's done this before.
He is he's an adrenaline go, go, go mode. He's capable of doing that thing where the body is, again, like the body is moving him through each motion to get, and Andor too, right? Together, they have to.
Yeah.
Everybody else is not actually in that level of flight. So we're seeing, and Brasso in the bar, but we're seeing the fury in all of them, in Cyril and Bix and Brasso. We're seeing how they're going to behave the rest of these 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Based on this moment here.
Yeah, this is
fucking
all
pissed.
Yeah.
And Marva too.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like this, yeah, that's why I picked that Bruce song. Because I think, we are propelling all of these people have been forced into the next moment, which is also given to us in the visuals a little aggressive with the back and forth between Andor's past and present.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But this is clearly the next chapter of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
This is clearly the last time he was here, everything changed dramatically. When someone pulled him out of a place he didn't intend to leave.
Yeah.
For the second time.
Yeah, this montage just does such a great job of showing us the consequences of Andor's thrilling escape. Because again, like, anytime these guys get one over on the Empire is always such a heroic, thrilling thing. Like when Finn and Rey and Poe like escape the Empire's clutches, you're always like, hell yeah, they did it. But here they get away, but we're stuck here with, we know that Brasso, Marva, and Bix have to continue on. They don't get to run away. They have to live with what's going to happen on Ferrix now.
Yes.
And then this leads to our true like final moments of this first arc that you kind of hinted at before, where they really nail it home of, we see Luthen and Andor boarding the Fondor, and it's juxtaposed with Marva bringing Casa
it's
onto...
the Fondor?
That's the name of his ship.
How do you spell that?
Fondor.
Oh, I thought it was like F-A-N. I thought it was like Fandor.
No. The FanDuel.
Yeah.
No, Marva brings Casa onto her ship, and then we have both flights taking off at the same time. And as the sun pours through the window, Casa looks up at Marva, giving him a smile, and we cut back to see the older Andor looking straight ahead at the future in front of him.
With a less kind pilot.
Yeah. This is, his mother figure and his father figure are both rescuing him kind of against his will.
Dare you say daddy?
Oh, Marva is daddy. I'm
Clem is baby girl.
Marva's definitely not baby girl. That's for fact.
I'm thinking about it now. I think you could make an interesting parallel of like young Cassian is the young Star Wars fan. Like seeing, like he's entering space and sort of overwhelmed by all of these incredible things that like he's going on this adventure. And then Cassian is this adult who has sort of seen the dark side of the world. And even though he's seeing the same sunrise, sort of has a like cynicism and a trepidation to him that only comes. And
it's so men, these two men, they're not talking, of course. Of course.
They'll talk at the beginning of the next episode.
It's a montage.
Yeah. It is a montage.
You don't want to get in the way of that music. It's so beautiful. If there were people talking over it, it would be...
It is so beautiful, but Fiona Shaw, Marva, gives him a smile. Indicating words are going to follow. Some kind of communication is going to happen here. And Luthen, and it's, pointed.
Yeah, Luthen does not look back at him.
He doesn't look back at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they need to say, how are you feeling? You did great back there.
It would be funny if Luthen turned around with like a warm smile and a wink.
Good job.
Yeah.
Really good job. Yeah. Yeah, and I think, and what I also felt too, watching this again, was like, just my deep compassion also for Cassian. Here is this person who has just been flung into these situations. It both by Marva on the ship and now here with Luthen, and like he has no choice but to just like succumb to what has happened to him. And it's important in TV writing, right? You need a sort of passive protagonist at first so that he can find his choices that he makes on his own and that sort of thing. So he's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And he's been vulnerable before.
Yeah, he's just as shell-shocked in this moment as Cyril is.
Yes.
And he's victorious, He got away,
But where the
he
fuck
knows
is
his
he
life
now?
is ruined.
To what victory that he's
Exactly.
Who is this guy? This is my only guy?
He's getting trafficked, basically.
I know. Oh my God, he's getting trafficked. Oh, for sure. That's not.
He
but-
could wake up without his kidneys
Yeah.
for all
by
he knows.
someone who will kill him afterwards if he
Yeah.
could, right? Like, and
Mhm.
surely, he knows that. So you're just, I do think you see how vulnerable each of these people are. And to your point, Luthen the least vulnerable, right? Because he's
Yeah.
been the most aware and in control.
Mhm.
He knows what's going on. He's got more tricks up his sleeve.
Mhm.
He's the only one who meditates because he's calm as fuck, right? He's not, his heart rate is steady. All of that stuff.
You think Luthen's doing yoga? I think Luthen...
Meditation and yoga are two different things.
Sorry, You think he's meditating?
For sure. How the fuck do you stay that calm under all of that terror all around you? Absolutely.
I think he's got a
Absolutely.
good stash of alcohol, is my guess.
Alcohol does not keep your heart rate down, though. Weed does. Does weed? I think weed does.
I think Luthen would be a paranoid stoner. I don't think weed chills
I'm
Luthen out.
with a giant glass bong, just like
in his little
when
shop.
he smiles over his shoulder.
He lights one up.
Wait, can you pass a joint to Andor? That would be really, really great.
Seth Rogen as Luthen.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I guess
As
I'd
young
watch it.
Luthen.
As young Luthen.
Why not?
Do we get that show?
Why not?
Please give us. Why not? Thank you for saying yes, Rusty. Yes, Siobhan, you may have that show.
Yeah, it's happening now.
I want Bix in space, by the way. I want Bix
yeah.
pew pew.
Mm-hmm.
That's the show I want.
It would be a great show.
Wouldn't that be great?
She's still got pew pew in her.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. And so is that it? Are we...
That is the end of this 7 minutes of episode 3, which concludes our coverage of Reckoning. And we will then pick up next week with the Aldhani heist arc, which I love, is my favorite arc
it's
of
also
the show.
I know people love the prison arc. I think Aldhani is my favorite.
Yeah, me too.
it's so good. It is really good.
It's where a lot of the show's most overtly political ideas get really expressed and explored. And we also get just like this great pressure cooker of them hiding out in the hills, pretending to be farmers. And then you get just like a thrilling heist episode that looks gorgeous and is so tense and incredible. So you get a little bit of everything in that. But it's also like the most talky the show gets, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, it's them. We get the introduction of like Dedra and the ISB and everything. And it's a lot of people sitting around campfires or boardrooms talking, which I can't imagine a lot of people butted up against. I think the people who do not like Andor watched these 3 episodes and were like, well, at least at the end they got to shooting and blowing things up.
They're in space. They're in space. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next episode doubles down of like, now you don't just have more people talking about rebellion. You have ISB corporate boardroom scenes.
And you have less tech. Yes. Not to put you on the spot, but you were talking a little bit more about like your radical Irish heritage.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like the next cycle is really honing in on the British colonial methods. You have anything you want to reflect on that? We can go ahead than what we already have.
Regarding the prison or what we've just talked about?
Just the Aldhani of taking of the
way the Empire has colonized this
indigenous
rural community and used their power to whittle down their numbers and strip their culture away from them is, I think, really reflective of what the British did to the Irish.
Well, and similarly, when you were talking about Marva, like I used to, in her speech, like I used to stand up more like to this. You think about folks in the IRA and those who are still alive and are like, and for what? And here we are, and we're still occupied actually in Northern Ireland, and our kids aren't doing the things that we want them to do, and fighting back. You know, I think there is these echoes of like, and I think in social movements and resistance movements, I mean, globally, it's like we have so much to look back on that it's like, what did we accomplish? And I think we're all around the same age-ish, maybe. And I certainly think about, Occupy in New York City, and I'm like, what what got done here? Like, I feel more hopeless,
Yeah.
than ever. And I spent a lot of time
Yeah.
at Occupy, and I'm just, and where are we now?
I guess maybe to answer your question with some optimism, I think that like these movements, I guess starting with Occupy, if we really want to start it there, but like Occupy to Bernie first time, to Trump, to Bernie second time, to now, I think there was a general like better analysis and like structure that has developed over the last 15 years or so that maybe we aren't doing as much, but I feel like Occupy was sort of like there's like an emotional reaction to something going wrong, but we don't really know what to do yet. And I think over the last 15 years, we have sort of honed in on how do you actually address these things? How do you get people into power? How do you actually respond to these things in a strategic way as opposed to just recognizing the problem, not just recognizing the problem, but recognizing the solutions. And I think that's maybe where we've evolved a little bit.
And this is what changed me from, I was a registered Green.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like a Green Party person for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And being at movements like Occupy and being in the streets so much, well, if nobody cares about these protests,
Yes.
right, is actually what has gotten me into electoral. I'm like, when did I become such a nerd doing electoral stuff? It's like, well, I need people who care about what's the point of my protest?
You want an electoral program run by anti-electoralists. That's the DSA goal. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and it's really hard to convince other people of that, isn't it? But it certainly, led me to like register Dem, which was a big, identity. It's funny. I'm like, I was way more identity focused then than I am now. I'm like, I really don't. Being registered Democrat doesn't have a lot to do with like my personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because voting is not the end goal. That is a step that is honestly the one of the less important steps, but is still a necessary one.
Yeah, I don't brush my teeth because it's like who I am inside. You know what I mean? It's like something I do as a person in society who, wants to continue to live. So you don't want your teeth to fall out. Cool. So, we vote because it's a very, very basic thing that we do.
The Republic existed in Star Wars. That doesn't mean that it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that that's important too, right? Is looking at like, oh, this Republic sucked, actually. Didn't serve people. And I think, we see that throughout history and we can explore that here. And the music, so it's a cello, right? At the end?
I think so, yeah.
I am not a music person. So if you have any music things, now's the
cello.
time. Yeah.
And the cello is the instrument closest to the human voice.
Ooh.
It's why it's especially moving to us emotionally. It's almost like someone singing.
Yeah, totally.
So it's the right call here. And is this the first time we're really introduced to his theme?
I think so.
I think so too.
We've been talking for weeks about how we need someone who understands the music better to talk about that. So now is the time.
Did you know there's a whole podcast about the music of Andor?
No.
Oh, you're going to have a great time.
We'll bring them on as guests if they'd like to come.
Yes, you should.
Oh, I think they were a guest on A More Civilized Age at some point, now that I'm thinking about it. Is it Strong Songs? Or do you remember what it's called?
I'm trying to remember what it is called.
We'll put it in the
notes.
The show notes afterwards. But yeah, the music in this sequence is really beautiful. You said before it makes you cry.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me cry too when she looks back at him with that smile.
Yeah.
And just like the hope that she has for his future juxtaposed with just how bleak things are, even in their moment of triumph over Primor, is heartbreaking.
I think it is Strong Songs. I think that's right. And it's really beautiful. It just does these deep dives into how this music, and it is really great about the last episode of this season. Yeah, because that's so, what this show, another strength of this show throughout, right, is it highlights the importance of the arts and how art is an important aspect of resistance movements.
Yeah.
And how we need it to build community, to maintain community, to stay strong together so that we can fight back, right? I think all of those things put together make it so powerful and impactful. And yes, this theme is delivered. It's just beautiful. The cello, I was thinking about it when I was watching it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the cello for sure. And it is, it's providing it's just circling these people and their humanity so that we are prepared to be with them
Mm-hmm.
for the rest. Because this really is like it, right?
Yeah.
This ending here is like catapulting us quite like nose on the head here
Yeah.
into the next chapter. Into all of these people are now changed.
Yeah,
All of
absolutely.
them.
Yeah. But I know people online have combined the opening music together, and it kind of works together as one song.
That's
Because
really
it changes
good.
each episode. I think like there is a metaphor there of like each part of this revolution is an individual, but when you put them together, it sort of creates.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You can go
Something
for a
beautiful together.
walk and cry it out now to that, just feeling
Exactly.
things. Yeah, yeah. But it's really nicely done. It's nicely edited, right?
Mhm. Yeah, the montage does a great job of making us feel these powerful emotions and then also reminding us of all these characters who are involved in this story. So that way when we see them, next week, we have that powerful attachment to them.
The only problem with this montage is that it doesn't have wipe transitions.
We get the cross dissolve.
I know.
I think that's Tony giving us like
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but the music is anthemic,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
And
What does that word mean? Just for people who might not know, like me.
oh, dude,
Oh, like an anthem.
You
like
were
an
trying
anthem.
to
An
pretend like it was for the audience.
Yes.
I was like,
like an anthem.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I was like.
yeah, like we recognize it's registering as anthemic, which is important in this genre, and all of those cuts with all those characters is still very kind of superhero-y,
Mhm.
right? So we are still getting the universe
Yeah.
of Star Wars in this moment, because it could be very cheesy, but in fact it's very moving,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's taking some of what's so fun and campy about Star Wars and delivering us something very different.
Yeah. The show has a very unique sense of its music that is separate from other Star Wars, like even from Rogue One. And so something that I'm excited to get into once we eventually get into season 2 is one of the things they tried to do was to slowly bridge the gap in the music from the Andor sound to the Rogue One sound by the end of it. So
Yeah.
look forward to that in 2 years.
Yeah. Wow. So you guys meet every week to do this?
We've been doing about weekly.
Not to look behind the curtain, but we've been banking them up for the holidays.
For sure.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah. My brother has a D&D podcast, and they do 2 recordings when they get together. It's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot. Podcasts are a lot.
it's a lot of work, but
also-
it's been fun.
It's been nice to have guests on because I feel like with just the two of us, we were kind of
We hit
Kill
a
each
wall
other.
in episode 2 where there just wasn't as much going on in the show.
Yeah.
But episode 3 has been great, and I'm excited to get to Aldani.
Yes.
Is there any part of any character or part of the Aldani arc you would love to talk about? Because we'd love to have you back.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's so nice. I can think about it.
Do you
I
want to talk
guess.
about Dedra? Is that like somebody who you'd be interested in talking about as someone who is, at least in season 1, not somebody's wife or
I
mother?
know,
And then
I
in
know.
season 2 becomes a wife and mother to Cyril.
By the way, why did we put these 2 queer people together? I'm so confused. What is this lavender marriage on both sides?
Their beards
Both
for
sides?
each other.
Let gay people be gay. What's happening here?
It's the Empire. You're not. If they don't. That's not allowed. You can have a gay kiss among the rebels, but not among the Empire. Maybe.
Yeah, do we have queer people in Andor?
Yeah, Cinta and
Yes,
Val.
of course
Yes.
we do.
Yeah.
Yes, of course we do. Right. But only in the rebellion, not in the Empire.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
must marry of the opposite of a different sex in the Empire. Yeah, cool. I don't know. Let's
We'll talk about it.
talk
We'll
about
talk off the pod.
yeah.
Siobhan, thank you so much for being on the show and talking Andor with us. This was lovely.
Thank you so much for having me. I think it's really great to very explicitly from an activist lens explore this
Mhm.
show and give it the time that it deserves, because I've been really depressed when it was over.
Yes.
Like
So were we.
But that's why I can rewatch it. It's
I'm
always-
not
yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm still when I think about the fact that I don't get more of it, I'm really kind of sad.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this,
Yes.
so we can keep watching the show for the next 3 years.
You're welcome to come back anytime you want to talk about how Partagaz is bi.
Is Partagaz daddy or baby girl? Discuss.
Which one is Andor? Andor's not daddy.
Andor is Babygirl.
Andor is definitely Baby Girl.
But then in Rogue One, he's daddy.
Yes.
In Rogue One, he's daddy. It's the
Yeah.
story. Andor is the story of a baby girl who becomes a daddy.
I mean, don't we? Well, I'd like to be a little bit of both, but that's the
Yeah.
bisexual.
It's like the biblification meme. You follow Andor from
Daddification.
baby girl to daddy. Yeah.
Indeed.
Siobhan, do you have anything you want to plug for our listeners? Where can they follow you? Anything they should check out?
My handle is Siobhan Solo, Siobhan, Solo, Solo, and lots of people think that is a Han Solo reference.
I was about to ask,
Yes.
but based on your story at the beginning, I thought it was unlikely.
Yes.
I'm a solo performer,
Yeah.
so I have my projects are solo oriented, and I'm like, y'all, if I were to make a Siobhan and Star Wars handle, it would be Shivandor, obviously.
But Han Solo is right there. It's not just Solo, it's Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Yeah, but
That's right. Yeah.
I could also just easily do Shivandor. Anyway,
You could.
it's not no shade to Han, although sometimes he's really ick. I have to say,
Yeah.
he has some scenes that are not forgivable, in my opinion.
Like
Oh, when he's is it Leah or Leia?
Leia.
Y'all?
It's Leia, but they say both. In
it's
the
like Falcon.
movies.
It's like they keep saying things
And
weird.
they say
Yeah.
Han too.
Yeah.
But it is.
However you want to say it.
But it is Leia. But my partner insisted it was Leia, and I was like, I thought it was Leia. Anyway, he's got her on the ship, and they're alone, and he's like, does he offer? Does he kiss her? And he's like, "You're lucky I didn't do worse or didn't do more." Do you remember this?
I don't, but I might have repressed that as a
He literally says, "You're lucky I didn't do more than that."
That was kind of, I mean, I love Harrison Ford. He's an amazing actor. That was kind of his romantic energy, was always, I will browbeat you into kissing me. He does
Yeah.
it happens in Star Wars.
I mean,
and
they were
Blade
fucking off
Runner.
screen.
Yeah.
They were.
They were having an affair,
Yeah.
I mean,
famously.
it's a weird thing to do to that character, who again is just a stronger,
Mhm.
just a very positive depiction of women. At
But
that
in that
point.
dynamic, I think, at least off screen, Carrie Fisher is daddy. And Harrison
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can totally see Harrison Ford being Baby Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He just wants to smoke his weed and chill out. And Carrie Fisher
is going around doing script doctoring on some of the best scripts you've ever read.
Yeah. More
All
women
right.
doing things. Yeah. Okay.
Well, this has been such a fun record. Thanks for joining us, Siobhan, and our listeners. We will see you next week for our first episode on episode 4 of Andor Aldani. See you later, dorks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.